Welcome to the study of A-level psychology. In this video, we'll be looking at a top-down approach to profiling a criminal, including what elements are a part of this approach used in the good old US of A by the FBI. FBI, open up! The top-down approach mainly uses intuition as its main driving force. The profiler often uses prior experiences to help them create the profile of the criminal. According to Douglas et al. In 2006, there are 6 main stages. Number 1. Profiling inputs. Detail on crime scene, victim's background, and the crime itself are collected. Number 2. Decision process models. The profiler organizes data into meaningful categories such as the type of killer, time of day, and locale. Number 3. Crime assessment. This part is what really makes the top-down approach distinct. Based on the data collected, the crime is filed into organized or disorganized. We'll define those terms later. Number 4. Criminal profile. The profile is constructed and includes hypotheses on the likely background, habits, and beliefs of the offender. Number 5. Crime assessment. This comes in the form of a written report to the investigators, who compare suspects to the profile. New evidence or no matches results in the process repeating from step 2. Otherwise, it moves on to number 6, apprehension. If the offender is apprehended, the entire process is reviewed to make sure it's valid, and any suggestions or improvements are made. Now, we return to the organized-disorganized distinction, that is. It might seem obvious at first, that's because it is. Organized offenders tend to plan out their crimes and target their victims, hide the evidence, act out their violent fantasies on the victim. Yes, that can be as gross as it sounds. Be high in intelligence, be socially and sexually competent, live with a partner, have a working car, follow the crimes on news reports. As you can imagine, disorganized criminals do none of that. The crime is unplanned with a random victim, with little engagement between the offender and victim, and the offender performs sexual acts on the victim after they killed them. As a result, the offender leaves a lot of evidence of their crime. Well, clearly, if this process is used by the FBI, it must work. Right? The 184 US officers questioned by Copson in 1995 tend to agree. 82% called the technique operationally useful, whatever that means, and over 90% said they would use it again. However, the top-down approach is criticized for basically being as effective as that fortune teller down in a festival. Just take a ride and assess crazed teenagers. You can't miss the purple glittery tent.
Of course I haven't been to a festival.
Anyways, the top-down approach is based off of interviews with 36 murderers, including Ted Bundy and Charles Manson. Yeah, sure, trust our highly manipulative killers to tell you their secrets. I see no flaws there. Of course, such a small sample-based approach is not generalizable. Furthermore, the approach is not based on any sort of science. Courts often regard this approach as a pseudoscience, similar to horoscopes. If anyone out there believes in horoscopes, I'm a Pisces, so what's that movie birthday sugar? Okay, thanks. This raises the concern that profiling could do more harm than good. Finally, the classification of organized and disorganized is thought to be false. Turvey in 1999 suggested more of a continuum. Cantor et al. In 2004 analyzed 39 aspects of serial killings between 100 US killers and found no clear division between the two types. So, now you know that the top-down approach has had some victories, but it's basically disregarded in every legal setting. Despite that, it does still have some benefits provided it isn't misused, but enough about that. On screen now are questions related to the top-down approach. Answer them as best as you can, and yes, I am biased. Goodbye!